Yarrney.
Hello! Thanks for joining this video. Today, we're going to try out Bella Coco's beginner granny square pattern. Bella Coco is huge in the crochet world, so of course we wanted to try out one of her free patterns and bring you guys along. Please get your hooks and yarn ready, and let's start to crochet. So this here is the web page on Bella Coco's website where she's teaching how to do a basic granny square for beginners. I will be linking her pattern down below so you can easily access it. And so I quickly scrolled through her pattern, and she does mention that this is written in UK terms. And so at Yarrney, we actually use US terms. And so I will translate all her UK terms into the US. And it's actually pretty simple because she's using the slip stitch and the chain, and these two are the same terms regardless of whether it's UK or US. But the triple crochet that she's using in the UK terms is actually the equivalent of the double crochet in the US terms. And so to summarize quickly, we only need to know the slip stitch, the chain, and the double crochet. And I'll just quickly add that you will need to know the slip knot, because if we're using a chain foundation, you will need to do a slip knot first and then do the chains. And so all of these stitches are very easy, which indeed makes this pattern for beginners. And so if you're unsure how to do any of these stitches, please make sure to watch our channel because we do have tutorials. They are very slow demonstrations of how to do each stitch. While I crochet this pattern here, don't worry, I will be demonstrating how to do each stitch very slowly at least one time. And I will also talk through this pattern, each step of the pattern, and write down what we need to do on the screen so you can easily follow along. Let's start. So the first step is to do a foundation chain, and per the pattern we need to chain 4, and then we're going to slip stitch into the 4th chain from the hook. And so to do that, we will need to essentially do our slip knot first. And so to do the slip knot, you will take the tail end of a yarn, put it on top of your index finger, and then bring the tail end on top of the working yarn. Then take the working yarn, make a loop on your index finger like this. Now you simply want to take the back loop on your index, bring it forward, and you have your slip knot. Now I will be ready to do chain 4. The chain 4 is very easy. The chain is simply wrap the yarn around your hook, which we call yarn over, and then pull the yarn through the little loop, and you have your first chain. I will go ahead and do 3 more. So I have my 4th chain, and the last step for the foundation is to slip stitch into the 4th chain from the hook. That means we count 4 chain from the hook, and we never count the loop that's on the hook. So chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. To slip stitch, we simply insert our hook inside the stitch, and then we yarn over and pull the yarn through the little hole we just went through, and then we immediately pull the yarn through the loop that's on the hook as well. And this is our slip stitch. So we have our foundation chain. Now we're on to round 1. There's only 4 rounds in total, so this should be a quick, not too painful project here. Round 1, we need to chain 3. On the pattern, it says that this chain 3 we just did will count as a double crochet here and also throughout the project. And then into the ring work, which is this foundation we did here, we will do 2 double crochet. So to do the double crochet, we yarn over like this, then we insert our hook inside the ring. Now we will pull onto the yarn with our hook to pull the yarn through the ring we just went through. And you see you have 3 loops on your hook, right? Now you want to pull the yarn, wrap your yarn around your hook, and pull the yarn through the first 2 loops only. Now you have 2 loops left on your hook. Wrap your yarn around your hook and pull it through the last 2 loops. So I did my first double crochet and we need to do one more. Now the next step is to chain 3. After that, we do 3 double crochet inside our ring work. Now the next step here, we're going to chain 3. And then we're going to do 3 double crochet, then chain 3, and then 3 double crochet, and then chain 3. That will basically be almost done with the round 1. Now this last step on round 1 is to do a slip stitch into the top of chain 3 so we can join basically this portion and this portion as I understand it. And so chain 3, our chain here is essentially this portion here. Remember the first chain we did? So chain 1, 2, 3. So it would be inside this one here. Quickly do a slip stitch. And I can already see the start of our little granny square here. Now moving on to round 2. For round 2, the first thing we need to do is chain 4. So the pattern mentioned that this chain 4 we just did counts as a double crochet plus 1 chain. And we will do this multiple times now until the end of the pattern. Now once we do this, what we need to do is skip 3 stitches. And so 1, 2, and 3. And we will need to work a combination of 3 double crochet, then chain 3, then do 3 double crochet into this space here, this big space. So let's see how that looks. We're skipping 3 chains and then do 3 double crochet. Now chain 3 and then 3 more double crochet inside this space. So now the next step, we need to chain 1, and then we're going to skip 3 stitches again, and then do the combination of 3 double crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochet again, but into this next space here. So I'm skipping this chain 1, 2, 3, do double crochet 3 times. The next step here, we will do chain 1 again. And what we want to do is again skip 3 stitches, which are these 3 here, and do the same thing we just did in this next corner here, which is 3 double crochet, chain 3, and then 3 double crochet. The next step, which will almost be the end of round 2, we will again chain 1, skip 3 stitches, which are these here, and now we want to do 3 double crochet and then chain 3 and then 2 double crochet only in this next space here. I understand why we did 2 here at the end instead of 3 as we did in the other corners. It's because this starting chain that we did here will basically count as a double crochet like she mentioned earlier in the pattern. And so now we will need to join with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So 1, 2, 3. So basically here we will join with a slip stitch this section and this section here. Like this. Wow, guys. Whoa! The granny square really looks pretty cool. So this is the end of round 2. So now let's move on to round 3. We're basically almost done. And before I start round 3, if you've liked this video so far, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and then don't forget to activate the bell button because that's the most important thing if you want to get notifications on all our future videos. And we will have some cool tricks for crochet upcoming and some nice patterns and amigurumi projects. Alright, so back to round 3. What we want to do now is chain 3. After that, we need to do 2 double crochet inside this little space here at the bottom. She's calling this chain 1 space. I suppose she's calling it chain 1 space because this is the middle section of the square, and so we have the corners here, 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 and here, and then we have the middle sections here, 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 and here. And usually in the patterns we've done so far, every time we're in the middle section we're chaining 1, but in the corners we chain 3. So at this chain 1 space here, we're going to insert 2 double crochet. Now we need to chain 1. Remember, which is why this is called the chain 1 space. We're in the middle section of the square, or the side of the square. And now we need to skip 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. We're back to our corner space here. And we need to do our usual combination of 3 double crochet, chain 3, and then 3 double crochet. So this, we already done a corner. All right, so now we are going to chain 1 and then skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now we're arriving at this space here, and we will do 3 double crochet. Now we will chain 1, and we will essentially repeat what we've done here, where every time we get to the corner we will do a combination of 3 double crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochet. So I'll do that. What we're going to do now is chain 1, and we're arriving in the middle section between 2 corners again, which means we will do 3 double crochet inside this middle portion space here. Now we're basically reaching our corner section again, and what we will do now is chain 1, and then do our combination of 3 double crochet, 3 chain, and 3 double crochet inside this corner space here. And now we're arriving at the middle section again between two corners, which means we will chain 1, and then we will do our 3 double crochet inside this middle square here, and we will insert the 3 double crochet here. Now I will chain 1 and do my last corner here, where I will do the combination of 3 double crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochet. So essentially, according to the pattern here, what we need to do is a slip stitch in the 3rd chain of that beginning chain 4 we did here. And before that, we actually need to chain 1. Okay, chain 1 and then slip stitch inside this 3rd chain of the beginning 4 chain we did. So this is my joint, and basically this is round 3, and the granny square is really getting bigger. Now round 4, which is the last round, we will chain 4 again. We will skip 3 stitches, meaning we're skipping these 3 here. And we're essentially working into this next space here. And we will insert 3 double crochet. Now we will chain 1, and we want to skip 3 stitches again. This will bring us to the corner space here. And again, we will do a combination of 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. And now we will chain 1, skip 3 stitches, and then insert 3 double crochet inside the next space here. And basically, if I look at the pattern from my understanding, every time we're before these middle spaces in between 2 corners, we will do, so chain 1, insert 3 double crochet inside the space, chain 1, insert 3 double crochet inside the space, then chain 1. Every time we get to the corner, we do a combination of 3 double crochet, 3 chain, 3 double crochet, and then chain 1, 3 double crochet between 2 corners, so on until we get towards the end here. So I'll just keep doing this. I'll chain 1 and then 3 more double inside this next space here because we're not at the corner yet. I've done my 3. We're arriving towards the corner. So again, I'll just chain 1. And at the corner here, we do our combination of 3 double, 3 chain, 3 double. Now, we're done with our corner. We have to move on to the middle section in between 2 corners. So we chain 1 and we insert 3 double inside this next middle space. So we have our 3 middle done here. We're going to chain 1 and we're arriving at a corner once more. So at the corner, remember we do our combination of 3 double, 3 chain, 3 double. So we're done with our corner here, and again arriving at the middle section where we're chaining 1 and inserting 3 double crochet in the middle section between the 2 corners. The good thing about crochet is that most of the time the patterns are actually pretty repetitive, so as soon as you understand the section, you're pretty much good to go for a little while. Now I've done my 3 double here, so I'll chain 1 to move on to my next section, which is a middle space here, to do 3 double crochet. So I've done my 3 double in this last middle section here, and we're already at the last corner. So I'll chain 1 and do our usual 3 double, chain 3 and 3 double. So I've done my corner, and now what we will do is chain 1, and the pattern says to skip 3 stitches, which are these 3 here, 1, 2, 3, and we will do 2 double crochet inside this first middle section here. So I've done my 2 double crochet, and if you're wondering why we're not doing 3 double crochet like we did in the other middle spaces, from my understanding is because this starting chain that we did at the beginning of the round here counts as our double crochet. And so to end this last round here, we will need to join with a slip stitch in the 3rd chain from the beginning. So 1, 2, 3. So just slip stitch here. Slip stitch. And basically, I can just cut my yarn off. Cut my yarn. I'll just insert the yarn inside the loop and tighten it so that my stitch don't all fall off after my hard work. And this is it. We can basically weave in all of these extra yarn here. I can quickly do so with the yarn needle. When I weave in my ends, I like to just hide the yarn inside the rows of stitches basically. This end here, I'll just go through each of these stitches. Basically between each legs of the V's, just to hide my yarn. Look at this beautiful granny square, guys. Did you enjoy making this? We sure did. No difficult stitches were used in this pattern, and it was also a quick project. It took me about half an hour to complete this, so it's pretty good. Once I got the hang of it, it was smooth sailing. Let us know in the comments below about your experience. We love to read you. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, but most importantly, activate the bell button so you get notified of all of our future videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time.